Welcome back to BLOCKTV. It is that time of day. It's time for SMB, where every day our team members scour the World Wide Web for the best offerings on crypto and blockchain. And today, Sucking Your Blockchain is none other than Yona Hochhauser with anything and everything you needed to know. Yona, what's trending?
Thanks, Elle. Good to be here. Well, what's trending is the black hole. So, the NASA recently released the first images ever of the black hole. And of course, the cryptosphere, especially on Reddit, they made sure not to let it pass. So they showed their first image of the black hole. Oh, there it goes. It's the Bitcoin symbol. Now, I'm not sure if they realized maybe the symbolism of the Bitcoin being a black hole.
No, I know, but let me play devil's advocate, okay? Because if you're married to a conspiracy theorist or something like that, like me, then there are all kinds of theories. But when it comes to black holes, actually the notion is that maybe if you enter a black hole, there's a parallel universe where you're living a completely, a parallel universe to ours, in which, by the way, maybe Bitcoin is like surpassed the moon.
It's possible. Maybe Bitcoin is the moon in that community.
There you go. You got to be a believer. It's a half full, a half empty kind of glass way of thinking. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Right. Well, sticking with the black hole, mania. So Mick Duder, he posted a meme taken from the whole black hole thing, where this showed, how the black hole, how much data it took to actually image the black hole is 5 petabytes. And he quoted, coincidentally, the same size as the Bitcoin blockchain.
Coincidence?
Coincidence? I think not. Right, so Fly115 made sure to comment, guys, it's the actual size of the Bitcoin network is 210 gigabytes, for anyone wondering. And so Mike Jones asked, what's your point? Are you saying that it would take that enormous amount of computing power to crack Bitcoin or something? What was he trying to do? And Duder made sure to respond, it's satire about how large the blockchain is and potentially will become.
Okay.
So, guys, I always like that cryptosphere is always right on the ball. They have the pulse on what's popping.
No, really, it's got the pulse on everything that's trending. I'm still, befuddled by the name. Is it McDuder or McDuder?
I think it's McDuder.
I think it's McDuder.
Seems like a McDuder.
Yeah, no, it's McDuder. Okay. Like more on Reddit, though.
Right, well, more on Reddit. So, Rich666 Dimon, with a capital M. Nice.
Okay.
So he posted a funny occurrence that happened to him. He was on CoinMarketCap, and this ad popped up mocking him, saying no Lambo yet. And I'm sure that's a pretty clever ad. Definitely if you're a crypto lover, you're going to make sure to click on that. Say, you know what? I probably don't have a Lambo yet. Let me check out to see what's going on there.
What's going on there with my Lamborghini?
Yeah. So unfortunately, he didn't actually post where the link led to. I'm actually curious to know. I think it's a pretty clever ad. But speaking about Lambos and crypto, do you know who did get their crypto Lambo?
Who do tell?
Well, it is actually the Pope. T-Kaz made sure to post a picture of the Pope signing his crypto Lambo by Bitcoin. Clearly it's photoshopped, but also very funny. Even you see there, the Pope even has a Bitcoin medallion as a necklace. And of course, the commenters went to work. Hawkster001 commented, making fun of the 10 Commandments, you shall not have no other coins before me. You shall make no shit coins. You shall not take the name of Bitcoin in vain. Keep the days of the bull market holy and honor thy creator, Satoshi Nakamoto, just to name a few. Somebody else said, you forgot.
Well, I love the you shall not covet Bitcoin cash. Okay, yes.
Yes, exactly. Someone else said, you forgot the most important, you shall not store your coins on exchanges, or not thy keys, not thy coins.
Much better, much better.
Yes, this is something that, I have, that's my one holy rule, not thy keys, not thy crypto.
And I think that makes it sound so much more serious, Jonah, entirely. Okay, so the Pope and his Lambo, not to be confused with the actual Pope-mobile. Maybe it's a new one.
The Pope likes to flex on us that he made his, he actually made most of his money in Bitcoin. Not many people know this.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you're messing with me. Okay, thank you. Okay, moving to France.
Well, moving to France. So a French international footballer, Mbappe, he's one of the most famous footballers in the world, so his Twitter account was hacked yesterday. And the hacker used the opportunity to post a tweet saying, it's in French, my French isn't that good, but I'm going to paraphrase here,
please.
saying, I'll give you a shout out on my Twitter account if you give me €200 worth of Bitcoin. And of course, because a lot of people love him, he's a very popular football player. The tweet got over 800 retweets and about 2,000 likes before being taken down. So it just goes to show you how effective, hacking these famous people's accounts and posting and trying to get Bitcoin is, even when those people aren't necessarily connected with cryptocurrency. No,
hacking, or as we once coined, people don't believe everything you read online. Exactly. Or see online, or tweet it online.
Believe everything you hear here.
Yeah, except for you, Jonah. Everything you say is true and solid. A crypto credit card, please.
Right, so crypto credit card. So Coinbase just made headlines recently where they announced a crypto card where you could, use pretty much a Visa card to make purchases, anywhere point of sale using your crypto from your Coinbase account. Well, I found a video or promo video from a company called Together with the number 2, then Together. And they were pretty much making payments quick and easy using Ether. Let's take a look.
Please.
Hi guys, Roy here from Together, and we're going to use our card to pay for coffee using Ethereum. So here I have the app. I'm going to switch in between euros and ethers. I'm going to pay, just like that. And we should see the transaction come up in a few seconds.
No, fabulous in many ways. That said, once again, what worries me? It's a great way of transferring your Bitcoins to fiat and, and paying with it and whatnot. Yeah. But it's not massively adopted. This is not something that will be massively adopted.
Well, I think it could,
if you have to have a how-to video, that's the problem.
Well, that wasn't actually, that was a look at us, look how well it works.
Right.
Listen, I think about this every time when I go to a store, or and I need to pay, and I just whip out a credit card, they swipe it, I'm in and out in like 2 seconds.
Exactly.
Now, until crypto gets there, and it is not even close to that, why, if you're a regular person, why would you use crypto?
This is a 3-step procedure. It needs to be a 1-step procedure. Yes. Sadly, still. But again, look at us. We rock, and between ourselves, we can do this. Yes. Moving ahead to mainstream media, not us.
Mainstream media, not us. Right. So CNBC's Becky Quick, which is a really good name, by the way.
It's a great name.
It's a great name.
It's a great
name.
Is
it a real name?
Who knows? Who knows?
All right, we'll get to Becky on that. So CNBC's Becky Quick. So she had on Squawk Box, she had on Fundstrat's Tom Lee, and Tom Lee was saying how he believes people should allocate 1 to 2% of their savings to Bitcoin, and this is what she had to say.
Somebody who's got a lot of assets, I still think it's crazy, but for a retail investor, somebody who's saving for retirement and putting that aside, that seems crazy to me.
Well, it's basically the idea that you can afford to lose 1% if that's 1% of your portfolio.
That's crazy. You might as well throw it away on high fees to an investor, to an average. Like this, you're taking a flyer on that. You don't know where it's going to go or what's going to happen.
Well, in a way, that's right, Becky. That for the majority of people, it's 1% is like a small risk bet. But Bitcoin makes all of its gains in 10 days in a year. I think this is an example that if you exclude the 10 best days, Bitcoin loses 25% a year. So you got to essentially hold it or hodl it, as they say, to really capture the gains.
Yeah, she's not buying.
She's definitely not buying. And she took a really hard stance. She's like, it's crazy. 1% is crazy. And what Tom was saying was, listen, 1% for most people is a legit. That's people are willing to take that 1% of your savings, take a little higher risk. And she's making it seem like it's definitely a loss. You might as well give it away to management fees, which is not true. Bitcoin has the possibility of really taking off. Even if you're not a believer, it's not a crazy bet for 1% of your savings. She even took it further, going onto Twitter adding, are we talking Bitcoin or lottery tickets? And she got bashed. Winning the lottery is 1 in 100 million. Chance. The chances of Bitcoin taking off, even if you're not a believer, are way better than that. She got bashed. People were saying, how can you compare it to those type of things? I think that's exactly one of the things that our fellows at CCN did was essentially describe it as the stance that many in the mainstream media were taking and are still taking about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. But at the end of the day, anything I think you venture or in the markets could be regarded as a risk. That's what people even
do.
Stocks are a risk. No one knows where things are going. 1% on betting on something isn't that crazy.
But interesting, all the reactions in the sphere to that. Yes, and moving along.
Well, speaking of people who are bashing Bitcoin, so remember Jamie Dimon,
that guy
head
didn't
of
like it.
JP Morgan.
JP Morgan.
Right. So, a year ago, 2 years ago, he was bashing crypto. He was not a fan. Well, recently, all the heads of the bank sat down with the House Finance Committee. They were really getting grilled, about, our viewers probably, are well familiar with the idea that banks might not always be on your side, and they were getting grilled about that. And Jamie Dimon specifically was asked about blockchain, and this is what he had to say.
So the blockchain is real. It's a technology. A lot of people use it and testing it today, and we think it will work over time. But the part that's not real is the cryptocurrency is not supported by anything. There's no value behind it other than what the next person will pay for it. And they have serious issues about that. The JP Morgan coin is a token which is supported by a deposit at JP Morgan. So it can be shipped around the world real time. It can go with a lot of data on it. You can split it into pieces, and the second someone wants cash, we can move the cash to.
So the settlements will happen almost instantaneously, and there will be a blockchain distributed ledger. And how will that facilitate better payment systems if it works correctly?
Yeah, well, the payment systems today, they do work and they're very cheap. But the fact is, this might be a faster way. It could be faster. It comes with data. And everyone would have the same data at the same time. So instead of us having to call each other's banks up and saying, what happened to that shipment from Singapore, we just go to the same screen and see it right away.
Because of the nature of the blockchain, it's inherently more transparent.
Yes, it's got to be secure, and it's got to be, in this case, permissioned. Not everyone can access it because we need real security around things like movement of money.
Thank you very much.
Wow, there's Jamie Dimon, basically the PR spokesman for blockchain.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah, well, it's like he said, he's like, blockchain is real. He was,
Yeah, but he's saying cryptocurrency doesn't have any value but that said, then he's going on a spiel of PRing the JP Morgan coin recently launched a few months ago.
Right.
Fascinating.
Well, yeah, I mean, his belief there is that, seemingly then he should be for any pegged or backed token that,
he's for the JP Morgan.
that has value, like the JP Morgan or any other ones. I love that a House representative really pushing hard everything that JP said. That the rep would say, oh, well, because blockchain is inherently better.
Yeah, it's like it's scripted, exactly. Ooh, yeah. It's like almost they got the memo in the morning.
I'm sure he's getting some blockchain lobby pushing him in the back,
okay.
But yay, blockchain lobby. Yeah, I'm all for that.
Hey, we're theorizing. We're not saying anything in that respect, but it's quite the interesting turn. Makes you wonder how the markets and the people in charge of big institutions really work. There we said it. Jonah Hochhauser. Wow, fabulous. Thank you so much for that incredibly in-depth Suck My Blockchain. That was, of course, also all for us here at BLOCKTV. Do not forget to check us out on every social platform you have, Facebook, Twitter, Telegram, and we'll be right back.